What I wanted to start off with tonight, Dr. Jen and I got together earlier today, and I worked up an opening statement, and she has a closing statement. So at the end of this debate, she will present her closing statement, and I'm going to start off by presenting the opening statement. For too long, the tone of the political conversation in this country has been angry, divisive, and unfortunately, even violent. We talk to and treat each other with rancor and disdain, and it belittles us all when we behave this way. Dr. Jen and I both believe that all humans are good and decent and do their best to live their lives. And we both believe that the people of Central Pennsylvania and all of us deserve to be treated with respect. We don't have to love or even like each other, but we must learn to treat each other as we wish to be treated. It's interesting to me that we need to be reminded continually of our shared humanity. Dr. Jen and I have decided that tonight we will act with a high purpose. As we are both people of faith, we will act according to our values, those of respect and love for all God's creatures. While Dr. Jen and I may have differences of opinions on policies, what we can agree on is that we both want to make the lives of the people of this district better. We both see this as a civil service job, an opportunity to serve all the people and not select a few. Tonight we promise to share our ideas for the future of the 85th in a respectful and honorable way. For too long, these debates have evolved into personal attacks. That won't happen tonight. We will present our views without rancor, without debasement, and without anger. We will present our views with the compassion for our fellow human being, with the humility and grace, and then let the voters decide.
Just to kind of echo what Claire had mentioned, having us to get together was important for both of us, and it was something that we kind of came up with each individually. A debate should be just that, a debate about policies, positions, and how we stand. It shouldn't be about attacking the other person, attacking the opponent. It's more of having you as constituents and voters have the opportunity to ask questions and hear answers instead of hearing name calling and finger pointing. So we appreciate the opportunity to be here. We both appreciate the league's opportunity for us to be here with you to answer questions. We both think it's extremely important to make the time to do so, regardless of how busy we are. I know Claire was supposed to be on his way to North Carolina for vacation, so I appreciate the opportunity for the both of us to be here. Thank you.
We will now begin the questions, and you will have 60 seconds for your response. The league has formulated the first 3 questions. The rest of the questions will come from the audience. Question 1. Periodically, the state legislature considers bills concerning the state's election laws. Which of the following reforms would you support or oppose? No excuse absentee voting, same-day registration, early voting, open primaries, and automatic registration. Dr. Jen, we will begin with you. And I will repeat those.
Thank you. I think that I can kind of cover all the bases with one explanation, and the fact is every vote counts, and there should be no exception to the limitations that we place on voters. And I certainly think that by having restrictions on when we should register, when we can vote, how we can vote, is limiting our given right to be able to vote. That's something that we've been given, and I certainly think that whether it's no excuse voting, same-day voting, same-day registering, neither of those lists that she listed should have an issue in this area. I certainly think on a statewide level as well as a national level, there shouldn't be anything that hinders our right to vote regardless.
I could echo Dr. Jen's sentiments on that. One of the things that's frustrating to me is that They did a survey on people who go vote as to how long and how much time they spend in the voter's booth. And that average time is 15 seconds. Any of you can explain to me what they're doing for 15 seconds, I'd appreciate that. I think I know what they're doing. And I'd really like to see people's attitudes and positions change on that. We're here to tell you what our positions are. The League of Women Voters has put out a voter's guide. We each have web pages that outlines our platforms and policies and what we feel. It is the voters' responsibility to research that so that they can make an intelligent decision when they go to the polls. You're not doing that by going strictly voting straight party. So any of these are important to me, and I would support anything that was there to encourage improvement.
You now have an opportunity to do a rebuttal if you choose to. You may also pass if you choose to do that.
The only thing I want to add is something to take into consideration when thinking about all of these potential limitations. On a general election day, governor, presidential, something that we think is going to be the most voter turnout, the highest that the state of Pennsylvania and that our area has is 35%. And I think that's unfortunate and sad because this is a right that I think we take advantage of. And we forget that we have this great opportunity to elect the people that are supposed to be our leaders.
Just to add just a little bit to that, in looking out here in the audience tonight, I appreciate and respect every one of you that are here because you show me that this is important to you, so you are here. Now, if we could just get the majority of the people to do this and show up the polls to cast a vote, that would be wonderful.
Okay, we will move to question number 2 from the league. Approximately 1/3 of the 85th district still lacks broadband. Should the state help finance the expansion of high-speed internet access? And Mr. Moyer, we will begin with you.
Well, if any, because most of you probably use the internet, and I think the thing that's frustrating to you is if you get on the internet, you're sitting there waiting, go make a pot of coffee and come back and you're still waiting for your internet to come up for you. So yeah, I would support a broadband initiative that we get us up to date where we're in line with the rest of the country. Now, it's my understanding that between New York and Chicago, I think it is, there's a broadband channels going through there, and it can be plugged into by businesses down in Sunbury. And I would encourage that.
I certainly think that broadband is something that is detrimental to this area particularly. You know, we all too often hear about the giant T in the middle of the state of Pennsylvania that is forgotten. You know, we have Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, and then let's just not worry about all the rest of those people in the middle. But the fact of the matter is, if we talk about economic development and sustainability of our area, broadband internet is a must. There's no way a small business wants to come here, or even a larger business, if we don't have access to high-speed internet. So certainly, having that idea is one thing, finding ways to fund it is another. There are certainly numerous ways that we can have increased sources of recurring revenue in our area, and it's something that we haven't taken advantage of. And I certainly think that it's great to talk about broadband, but in order to initiate that, we need to come together and find a way for increasing revenue.
And now the rebuttal, if you choose.
No, everything's been said on the piece.
Lead question number 3. Can you give us a specific example where you feel you could work with your colleagues across the aisle? And we will end with Dr. Jen.
I think there's numerous opportunities to work across the aisle, and I actually don't think there should be one specific topic